turn off the distractions. Is this a distraction right here? Turn it off if you want. I don't care. Hey, or spend some time with me. Let's chat for a moment. I got my morning reflections as I just finished my workout. Wanted to share some with you. And tuning out, turning off that noise that wants to keep us engaged in things that really don't matter to us. And I'm talking about social media. I'm talking about the news cycle. You know, the news cycle is so predictable. We know what's going to happen. There's going to be some shooting. They're going to talk about the gun control debate. There's going to be some immigrant thing, and they'll talk about the border debate. And then there's this war, and then there's this thing. So predictable. You know, the debates are always rehashed arguments with just who can have the most slick way of sounding persuasive. Turn it off. Relax. I was walking the other day in nature. Hey, check out that thing. Nature, pretty good thing. Also worth checking out sometimes, maybe a little better than social media and the news cycle. Went to this new waterfall spot I hadn't been to before, and in the middle of the river there's just this massive rock jutting out of the river. Beautiful, just gorgeous. You know, it kind of just stops you in your tracks, takes your breath away, kind of thing. And you know what I started thinking of, and of course, like I'd mentioned before, I just finished reading Julius Evola's Revolt against the Modern World. So I'm in a bit of a revolty kind of mood. And I thought about all the times I traveled through Asia, through India, South Asia, Thailand, Burma, Japan, China, all these places, so many of them, at least. I can't say all of them, but like so many places. If I'd shown up to a place like that, on this beautiful rock would be a shrine, some sort of shrine or a monastery or a temple or something marking this as like a spiritual spot, because it really was spiritual. It was like, oh, this is changing my spirit, changing my inner experience, my subjective experience, probably changing my physiology as well, if we had little electrodes to measure that. And so it makes me think about the modern world, right? This modern world that we're trapped in, that we're living through. I think of Teddy Roosevelt, the king of national parks. And I mean, in a way, it's pretty cool. I love Yosemite. I've been to Yosemite a bunch of times. It's cool that we saved the national parks. But there's something interesting about the secularism, that these things probably wouldn't have been national parks. They would have just been a shrine, a holy place that people don't build something there because everyone who goes there recognizes this is amazing. And not that it's only in Asia, of course. There's beautiful monasteries and churches and shrines throughout Europe. I haven't traveled as much through there and would love to see some of those, but there's something so amazing to just stumble upon something like that and see, like, oh yeah, that other people have been here and felt the same thing. And it's an interesting thing. I mean, I don't even know what it happens. I mean, it's the easy way to think of it is like, oh, this is spiritual. That's such an easy answer. It's spiritual. But clearly there's something physical going on too. It's like my body changes, my muscles relax, my breathing maybe slows down, my perception heightens. I'm more attuned to what's happening in the present moment. We call it spiritual maybe, but you know, it's something I've been thinking about. Is like they say, like, if you think about trying to bite into a lemon, it's like, if you can imagine it really well, you can actually make yourself sort of salivate. You can create the physiological response just from the imagination. But even if I'm trying it right now, it's not the same as actually biting the lemon. It's not the same. And there's something about being in nature, especially that kind of profoundly beautiful nature, that has a really deep impact on me. I don't know, maybe if I was in deep hypnosis, I could kind of achieve that. Maybe, I don't know. Or maybe with a Neuralink, I could go, oh, beauty. In fact, why not? I mean, this This room is beautiful. Why not just see God in this room with an unpainted wall behind me? Who knows? I'm rambling a bit. Let's see where I got my morning reflections. I've just been doing a little bit of journaling after my workout, and that's kind of what I'm sharing. Hopefully this is something that someone's enjoying the conversation with me. If you're enjoying it, you know what? Leave a little comment. Let's chat. Tell me what you think. Tell me where I'm wrong. Just teach me. So I had another little thing here. Oh yeah, and this is a good lead in. There's this kind of saying. This one I just got from Wes Watson, but he's not the only one who said it. I don't know where he even got it, but that the way you view the world is a secret confession of character. So basically, when we complain about things, we're basically confessing our own, like, this is my little thing that I get upset about. Or, if I judge someone else, like, oh, that person said like this, it's usually a confession of something that's inside of me. And so it makes me think about how do I view the world. And actually, so shout out to my friend Hristiyan, who's maybe the only one who's going to watch this video, because I'm going to tell him, you got to watch this video because I did a shout out to you. Was asking me, or starting a little conversation about what that experience is of like grinding effort, when you're just trying to make something happen, force it to happen in the world, and it just feels like grinding and grinding and grinding. And the more you grind, the more it presses back against you just to prove your tiny insignificance. And some of those things that we, like if you're trying to chase a girl and chase this girl, and the more you chase her, the more she's like, get away from me, you psycho. So that grinding feeling. And how's that even relate to, like, how do you view the world? And so, boom, the world. Here's one way. This is what I think about grinding, is like that the masculine experience, I'll call it the masculine of penetrating purpose. There's another P word that comes to mind. Penetrating purpose of the masculine is really this drive of action, like going straight through. But the man is like this, the point of the spearhead, the tip of the spear, penetrating this single point of focused laser beam. Whereas the world is like, there's this vast ocean of swirling, dancing wonder and chaos and nonsense. And it's infinitely larger than this tiny speck of human action that I possibly can muster with my one tiny finite life. And so the world, you could view it, how would you view it? And that's your confession of character. And maybe that's the question to leave it on. How can you view it? But can you view it as, do you view it as something that's just beating me down, like, I can never win and everything's against me, or is it like, boom, this feeling of aliveness, of like, even death is glorious, and because we're all gonna die, we're all gonna face the troubles and the pain and the misery and the suffering, and it's the glorious feeling of actually experiencing it, actually being alive and facing it with courage. I'm gonna leave it there. So hopefully that gives you something to chew on and digest. Give me a like, a shout out, a love. Give me a love. Don't just give me a like. Give me a love. All right.